morning. It is just about 10 o'clock in the morning and on Friday the 3rd of October, and I thought it would be fun to do a little video with kind of how much I can get done before my birthday in the middle of the month. So one of these I definitely want to get done by my birthday. Another one is a pattern test that I have to get done. So let's jump right in. This is the step-by-step sweater by Florence, and this is a great beginner sweater. I definitely recommend. So I did it a little cropped because I love my high-waisted jeans and I think it'll be a nice length for that one. I've got the sleeve, a good chunk of one sleeve done, and I have to do the other sleeve. This one is working up fairly quickly. I think I won't have a problem getting most of this done fairly easily. So that one I'm going to work on. I'm really excited to see how long it takes me to do the other sleeve from start to finish because I haven't timed myself on any of this. So I'm very interested. I know sometimes concept of time when you're in the creative process doesn't really exist. And then I also have this one, which is a knit along. This is the shortcake sweater. What is this thread doing? By Jamie Creates, and I still have some of the body to do. I wasn't sure how long I wanted to make it, and I decided before I went too far on this that I was going to work on the sleeves. So I have both of those to finish, as well as the neck ribbing. I am doing the sleeves kind of two at a time. So I'll probably do a couple more stripes on this side and then switch back to this side, just so that I don't end up on Sleeve Island with a partially finished sweater, because other sweaters in the past, I tend to really not like doing sleeves. I get quite far and then just ditch them. So this one I'd like to get another chunk done on. And I have socks. Now these, I have another sock as well. I'm doing both of them at the same time. And I've got the ribbing done on both of them, and I've started the legs. I have like a 1/4 inch of each calf done right now. Would like to get a chunk done on these as well. These are kind of my like commuting project to and from work, so kind of just pick them up whenever I'm not at the house. So yeah, and then there is the pattern test that I need to get done. That one I only have, I don't know, 15-ish rows left, and then I have to do straps because it's like a tank top style. And if I fly through all of this or I feel like working on something else, I do have a basket of half-finished projects, my doom pile, and a sweater vest in there that I would like, could probably make a good chunk on. So yeah, we'll see how far I get. sleeve is done. So this one, it took me a little bit longer than I thought it would. I think I'm at about 2 hours today from where I was at earlier, but that's okay. I am happy to have it done. I did make it a little bit shorter than the pattern calls for, but that's the nice thing about making your own sweaters is that you can make the sleeves as long or as short as you'd like. So we'll work on the other one. I'm gonna leave that till tomorrow because I kind of would like to work on something else that's not just solid gray. But yeah, pretty happy with it. I think it's gonna look very nice when it's all done, and it's definitely gonna be cozy. So I will check in with you later if I work on anything else. Otherwise, I will see you all tomorrow. It is now Saturday. I didn't film an update last night because I was too tired, but I worked on this one as well for about 45 minutes and did a few rows. I think I did 5 rows on the body section. I was hoping I would have got a bit more done, but it took me forever to get them, like, pick up the stitches again because I had them on spare yarn so I could try it on before. So yeah, that's where we're at. I'll probably do 2 more stripes of the thick stripes, maybe 3, I don't know, and then do the ribbing. But that's where we're at. So I'm off to a tea appreciation thing today. You got lots of tea samples, it's really awesome. And I'm gonna go do that today, and I'm gonna bring my socks with me to work on in the car, so I will see you all in a bit. Good morning! It's Sunday, and yet again I did not film an update in the evening last night because I just didn't feel like it. So, where we left off, I was bringing my socks with me to work on in the car on my way to a tea tasting event that they do every year. And so I did a little bit on those. I got maybe 3 rows done, or 4. Before I started to feel a little car sick. So that's all we got. Sometimes I can knit for a while, sometimes it doesn't really work in the car. I don't know why. That one, we've got the tea that I got. So I tried some matcha that they fresh mill right here in town. It's delicious. Did not buy any matcha because I do have some matcha on the way. Pre-ordered for a fresh harvest shortly. But I got a chai blend, which I know I can make chai at home with my own spices, but sometimes it's nice to just have it pre-measured for you. This one is by Trudy Ann's. Delicious. She had a really good Bombay chai as well as an elderberry tea that I liked, and there was a sample of a saffron tea, which was really interesting. It kind of reminded me of like a smoked tea. Quite pricey because it's saffron, which is not cheap, but that was a good one. And then I also got these 2 as well by a brand called Specialties. And I got a Sencha Vanilla, which is Sencha, Calendula, and vanilla flavoring. And then I also got a Holy Moly, which is Assam tea with a bunch of little spices in it and chocolate, which it is nice. I do like chocolate in teas. I definitely recommend if you haven't had a chocolate tea to try some. They're delicious. And lastly, to update, I started on the collar of this one. I didn't do any more rows of the body because the collar took me a little while to get all the stitches picked up, but I'm really liking how it's working, and it does fit over my head. I made sure. I think I have about 10 more rows to do on the neck ribbing, and then I think I'm going to continue on the body. I just want to get the body done. Don't know how far I'll get along on that today because I really want to continue this one to get the other sleeve done. I've got all my ends weaved in, except for obviously this side, which I have to do. So I'm gonna make a cup of tea and head outside and work on this for a bit in the sunshine, or I guess the shade, because the sunshine doesn't reach where my bench is on the patio, but that's okay. Evening update on Sunday. I had a pretty good knitting day. I finished the collar on this one, but it's supposed to be a folded collar, and I got halfway through doing the folded bind off, and it was starting to get a little too tight that I was worried it wasn't going to fit over my head enough because there's not enough stretch. So I frogged it back to the end of the rows, and I'm going to try a different bind off method later. And then I made good progress on this one. I've got about half the sleeve left to do, so that's where we're at with this one. I think probably try and get it done tomorrow and Tuesday evening. But yeah, that's it. I will see you all tomorrow. Good morning. This is my update for Tuesday. It's Wednesday morning. I didn't do anything on Monday, so we're not gonna do anything for that day. But yesterday I worked on 2 rows of my pattern test for the mosaic crochet. Not in this video. And that took me about 20 minutes. And then I did my step-by-step sweater. I worked on this one for about 45 minutes. It takes me about 3 minutes per round on the sleeve. So 15 rows done on this one. And a decrease row, and I now have about 10 rows left and then the ribbing. So really hoping I get to that tonight or Thursday. We'll see. And I also did a little bit on my socks on my commute yesterday. So now we've got this beautiful speckled purple and white in there. So I did 3 whole rounds of that one. 3 whole rounds. 3 on each side, so that was that. Not a lot to update on, but my day job is tiring, so I don't always spend a lot of time in the evenings knitting and crocheting, but that's okay. I will see you all for another update, maybe this evening or tomorrow morning. We'll see how far I get. So threw in a few clips from my birthday weekend. I didn't film a lot because I was just enjoying a relaxing time away, but I did finish this sweater in time. I wore it a bit on my time away. I think I might make the sleeves a little bit longer. I have quite a bit of yarn left, but I'm undecided. I'm going to wear it a few times before I decide to add to it. Very happy though, as my first knit, I think I did pretty well. And then, I didn't really do any work on my socks. I was really into finishing the striped sweater, or working on the striped sweater, and working on the mosaic pattern test that I'm doing. So I'm almost done the mosaic pattern test. So that one, we're doing well. I had more to do on it than I thought I did, which is why it's taking so long. We have the striped jumper. So, didn't get any work done on this sleeve. I ended up just powering through and finishing one sleeve entirely. And I got this one done and then decided I didn't like the way the cuff was sitting. So I frogged it back most of the green and fixed it. So I like the fit of this one a lot better now. A little more tapered as it was than it was initially. And I started working on the body row a bit too, but not quite done this section either. So that's where we're at. And I will do a roundup of how much time I spent knitting and crocheting over the last 8 days, I think, since I plan to do this, because I'm very curious to see. I think with timing myself, things take a lot longer than I thought they did. But yeah, that's where we're at. I don't know what to do for an outro for this, but we'll see what I come up with. Hello, it's editing me, here to film my outro, because for some reason I always leave these till the end and then realize I don't really have a nice way to end the video, so this is where we're at. I am adding up my total of knitting and crochet time as well as frogging, because unfortunately we didn't avoid frogging, but that's okay. Frogging is good learning and experience, and I think, I don't know, I think it's just great to be able to fix your work until it's how you want it to be, because I find often with like sewing and stuff, if you cut your fabric and sew it and you realize you don't like it, it's hard to add to it unless you're taking something in to fit better. So we did a total of 10 days and a whopping 18 hours and 20 minutes. Which, broken down, that was 14 hours and 55 minutes of knitting and 3 hours and 15 minutes of crochet and frogging for 1 hour. That was not 1 hour of frogging consecutively. I definitely frogged here and frogged there. The majority of that was on the sleeve of the shortcake sweater with the stripes, because I finished the sleeve and realized I didn't like the shaping of it because it was like a looser, straight sleeve. So I frogged it back a few rows above the ribbing and then tapered it a little bit so it's a little more fitted. But yeah, that's all I have to say to round up this video, and I hope you enjoyed. If you liked it, please like or leave a comment and let me know if you want to see more videos of this style, or if you like less talking, more talking. Yeah, I don't know why I keep saying but here we are. Bye!